another area that comes to mind that is one that I really like appreciate seeing the shades of gray and not the sort of simplistic like black and white is in characters, like in stories. You know, whether it's like comics, whether it's like a comedy television show, whether it's like a film, a book, a novel, like I appreciate seeing when like a character starts one way and then like through their trials and like tribulations like emerges looking somehow different. Whether they started sort of like leaning to the side of like righteousness and have come out a little less scrupled, or it's somebody who was disgruntled in the beginning because of, you know, the injustice they experienced, but that like someone comes into their lives that like shows them hope, and then they like strive to be, you know, more principled or whatever, like, but that it shows that it's not always so like straightforward, like you're just this or you're that, like you're either a good guy or you're a bad guy. A lot of times that's the sort of basic flat character we see. Like for instance, I think of this show that I never have been interested in watching, like ever, and I'm probably gonna make a lot of people upset when I say 24, because they like, people love this thing. For every Chuck Norris joke, there's like an equal like Jack Bauer joke that goes with it. You know, it's like when Jack Bauer does his push-ups, he's not pushing himself up, he's pushing the world down. Like, right. I mean, people like love this thing, but like for me, I was never really interested because I felt like on a certain level it was normalizing the notion that we're in this constant like war on terror. Like as if there's like the forces of terror that are just out there that are amassing and are coming to get us. Like I believe that there's people out there that want to do harm to like this country, but I don't like think that it's just this like massive, like well-defined, formed like nation that's coming after us. And it's kind of like oppressive to think that for the last 11 years, when every time I go to the airport, it's terror alert orange. Like every single time I go to the airport, every day, there's no yellow days. There's no like blue terror alert days. You know, like every day is orange. You know what I'm saying? Like for 11 years, like I really don't know what all that is about. But so like that's one thing about 24. But then the other thing is that, you know, this guy doesn't follow any rules, like from what I understand. Like he just does whatever he wants, and somehow like everything turns out right in the end because he's the good guy, you know? So it's like he's the good guy, that means that he can do no wrong, and like whatever he does, because in the end, it's like the way we supposedly want it to be, like it's all good. Like that is some like hardcore Machiavellian type stuff where it's like the end justifies the means, like as long as, you know, the good guy achieves the result that we think the good guy should, like it doesn't matter what tactics are used. Like that's messed up to me. So that's another reason why I was never interested in that, because to me that's not interesting. I can't learn from that. And there's other ones that I feel like similarly, never had a desire for The West Wing. Like apparently this turned into a television review. Like, we're talking about complexity.
What about The Wire?
The Wire is interesting. Like, The Wire is interesting. I haven't finished watching it, but I did get kind of into it. And man, that one, I feel like they got some different things going on, and like some characters that are not so one-dimensional. And that like catches my attention. Like, that's intriguing to like watch the development of a character that reminds you of like a real human being. It's kind of not interesting to watch people do things and we don't understand why, or the inner struggle, or like that's the thing that we connect to. Right. Because we ourselves, like in life, we have struggles, like things bother us. We have an idea of what's the right thing to do, but sometimes it's easier to do something else. And so then we are stuck in this constant like battle, like with ourselves of like, what are we gonna do in this situation? Like if I say I believe that truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtues, right? And I want to always tell the truth, but I also want to love people and like treat them with kindness. Say you just got this new dress and you like came to me in your dress. Yes, I chose to say dress on purpose, But so say you like come to me in like this brand new dress that you got, and you like think this dress is like so legit, and you're like, what do you think of my dress? And the thing is straight hideous, like it's just awful. Like say it's like that, like, but I have to tell the truth. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, it would be very easy to be like, oh, Oak, you look great in that dress. You know, like that would be the easy way out. But like, am I gonna grow from that? Like, I actually have to grow. Like, I have to develop new abilities if I'm gonna tell you the truth when you ask me how you look in that dress without lying and without hurting your feelings. So I have to like somewhere along the line, like develop this tact or like this wisdom, and I have to be able to spot real quickly something that is truthful and honest and hopefully not too obviously superficial, a deflection to respond like about your dress, you know, like, oh, like, you know, the design, the pattern is like amazing, or, you know, like it's very flattering, like that's a very flattering dress. So like, I don't know, like, but I have to do something more than just like, you know, agree with you so that I don't have to think about it.
We need to represent what's possible. You know what I mean?
Inside joke. Inside joke.
Outlier. So